Good afternoon. It is that time. Life on the light side. Hope you're going to join me. If you're here, just come on in, sit down, get comfy, and prepare to just lighten up. Whatever's going on in your life, it's fine. This too shall pass if it's bad. This too shall pass if it's good. So remember to savor the moments. Okay, just got to make a little adjustment there. There we go. Now I'm kind of like more in the middle. Yay! Yay, Cheryl, I'm glad you're here too. All righty. If this is your first time joining me for Life on the Light Side, I invite you to go to YouTube and type in Life on the Light Side. That's Lite side. And Alicia Leslie, and you will find all the videos we've done to take some time every day to lighten up whatever's going on. Sometimes we just get too darn busy and we have to step back. So this is kind of like step back time so we can relax. I almost didn't do today because I was very busy getting ready for next week when I probably will not be seeing you. Maybe Friday, slim chance Wednesday, because we have got a really heavy schedule for credentialing. And I know, it's something I choose to do, and I say to myself, why are you doing that? You're already busy enough. But I do it because it just plain brings me joy. For those of you that don't know, I'm a Unity minister, and the team I'm on is about credentialing. It's about the licensing and ordination of new ministers. And that excites me so much because for me, Unity is such an amazing philosophy and teaching, and it can benefit everybody, whatever church they go to, or they can be what we call primary path unity. And right now, honestly, if you knew how important some of the things we teach are to getting through these difficult times and why we haven't been doing it right and how we can, you'd feel the same way I do. But you're not. And I'm here to be with you. So we're going to look at what's going on today. Reminder, I do love questions and comments. And so you're welcome to put them in. I may or may not see them when I'm doing the video, but if I don't see them, I will get back to you after the video's over. So I called today Mishmash because I've been so involved getting ready for my next week's interviews. And I don't get a break because I've got to get all of the information printed out, and then I've got to study it and figure out the questions we want to ask the candidates, and the things from their past interviews. It's a lot of stuff. So I was so busy, and I said, no, I should just keep going. And not a good move because our time is precious. And when I can't be doing life on the light side with you, it's a lot more like that daily pressure can build up. No, 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 no. This is our chance to lighten up. Speaking of which, I've told you before about different ways I'm trying to, make sure I eat well and healthy. And I told you I was doing the eat breakfast like a king, lunch like a prince, and supper like a pauper, which is a way of front loading the big food. In the morning when you've been sleeping all day and or night, and then lightening up your meals so before you go to bed you have a lighter stomach, lighten up stomach, so you can lighten up. I've shifted that. I got a new one, and I read about it, a few things, but I didn't really do it. It kind of did me. But I've read a few things lately or heard them, whatever, and it's about having an extended fasting, which it's not like what it sounds. What it means is you don't eat breakfast immediately when you get up. You kind of get up and do some stuff. And then so your breakfast is later and you try to make it all of your meals, you try to make a little lighter. So it's more like you'll have food and a snack, food and a snack, food and a snack. And the day, and what I'm finding is it's working. It's just doing its own thing. I started having smaller portions. It's just kind of like that inner voice goes, "Are you gonna eat all that?" And I go, "Well, maybe I don't have to. Do I need that big old globbing sandwich just with some chips on the side? No. Well, how about a half a globbing sandwich and a couple of chips?" So, but whatever it is, I don't know. We'll all see it as time goes by whether or not it had any effect. Because we must never obsess over these things because they weigh us down. What we do is we take it lightly on the light side. So, but I just wanted to share that because this thing started happening where I just wasn't, I'm just more portion controlled. And if you're not aware, a great way to be portion controlled is to use a smaller dish. A smaller dish can look very full. And a big dish, if you just put what you had on the smaller dish on it, you go, I can't live on that. I'll die. No, you won't. So anyway, that's my adventure, and I stepped ahead of National Day calendar. How could I do that? Okay. So let's look at today's options for the National Day calendar. We begin with Backyard Day. And Backyard Day is all about going outside, getting some vitamin D, enjoying your backyard if you got one. I hope you got one. You haven't got a backyard? There's parks, there's different places to go. Well, for what it's worth, in my world today, I'm not doing Backyard Day. I will probably do it in 2 days when we're going to have some fabulous weather. But today is very windy and very cold, and it's not a day for me to feel like I'm going to be in my backyard, especially with all the stuff I got to do. So I'm making a deal with myself. Get all that computer stuff done today, and tomorrow I can go out and play, right? It works for me. Okay, so get outside day. If you can get outside day, do for it. Now, when I was reading about this, it said that this day was suggested or promoted or begun by Zyrtec. And then I said, we got something with a medicine that is promoting it. Then, no, 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 no. Zyrtec is an allergy medicine. So it's a wonderful day to remind people, even if you got an allergy, go outside. Yeah. A little aside about allergies, by the way. This is amazing. My bestest bud out in Texas, Kim, had a horrible cat allergy. When I knew she'd be coming over, I had to vacuum everything and dust everything and make sure there was no dander from my precious Tish. Well, years later, um, I talked to her and she found an abandoned kitten and she brought it in. Right now, she has probably 6 inside cats and a bunch of wildcats she feeds outside. It's hilarious, but it does make you think about allergies and how we may overcome them. I broke out in hives one time. They told me I was allergic to something, but they didn't know what it was. They took some tests, and I was just a kid. They gave me some tests, and I had to take this really ugly medicine. It was orange, it was really pretty, tasted terrible. So, to get the taste out of my mouth, I would have a piece of chocolate. Um, Come to find out later, they said they thought I was allergic to chocolate. I don't get hives from chocolate anymore. Maybe it was something entirely different, or maybe I cured it. Okay, so isn't it amazing? What good thing I called today Mishmash Day because I'm having a real hard time staying on track. All right. It is Let's Laugh Day. So I really suggest you try to find a way to laugh. Unfortunately, I didn't have a chance to come up with some very funny jokes or stories with you because I was doing my other thing. But I want to share some thoughts about laughing and how important laughing is to lightening up. You know, when we laugh, we actually produce endorphins, which are happy hormones, as opposed to when we are angry or scared. That's when we do the adrenaline. I mean, yeah, you got good adrenaline, bad adrenaline rushes, um, but endorphins create good hormones. You feel good. You should really laugh all you can, and sometimes we're very lucky. My family, back in the day when we used to get all together, I mean, sisters, brothers, cousins, we used to do this big family reunion in Vermont up at my sister and her husband's place. And oh my gosh, our family is like insane with laughing. There's always something to laugh at. My son, Sean, I mean, all my sons are cool and they each have their own gifts, but my son Sean makes me laugh so hard. It's that don't stop, you're gonna make me pee kind of laughing. We used to drive, he would fly to Indiana where I lived, and then we would drive to Kansas City to visit with the brothers and everything. And I'll tell you something, it was 8 to 10 hours of nonstop laughter. We'd either listen to funny tapes in the car or whatever. He still, the boy makes me laugh. And also, my niece Yvonne has got that going. The two of us can just really get going and laughing. And today is her birthday. So we say, Happy birthday, Yvonne. Um, Love and laughter. You know, even after I lost Sammy and I was really, really sad, there were so many times we would be on the phone and she told me, call me anytime. And we had a magic number, and that number was 222. So if I really needed to talk to her and it was an inconvenient time, I would text her 222 and she'd know that I needed to talk to her and try to break away so she could do that. Well, look who came to join us if it isn't Miss Tish. So anyway, the two of us, even though it would start out really sad, somehow we would wind up laughing. And God, that was so good. So I'm very thankful for her and her birthday today and laughter. I called her first thing this morning, just sang her happy birthday. Um, in the Bible, it tells us that laughter is the best medicine, and I tend to agree. Again, it's the hormones. And Elsa Maxwell said this was really cute. She said, "Laugh at yourself before anyone else does." Now, I remember the days when I would do something embarrassing or stupid, and I would be paralyzed with embarrassment, regret, whatever. And over the years, I've come to see where when I make a stupid mistake, I'll be the first one to laugh at myself because it's funny, you know? Uh, you go to, did you ever do one of those things where you were calling and leaving a message for someone? This happened to me the other day. I called the eye doctor because it has got both my vaccinations ready to go. I'm sure they keep their office very, COVID safe. And so I called to make the appointment. Well, the office was closed. So I left the message and I'm saying, "This is Alicia Leslie. I called to make my appointment for my checkup. And so please call me back and please call." And I gave them the number. I gave them their own number and I'm leaving this message and you can't stop and you can't go back. So I said, "Oh, gave you the wrong number. That would be your number. I'm sure you're aware of that." And then I gave them the right number. I probably would have been so horrified a number of years ago, 30, and I would have hung up the phone and just probably would have found a new eye doctor. Um, And then William James said, "We don't laugh because we're happy. We are happy because we laugh." That's a good one, isn't it? Yeah. And laughter is contagious. And I don't know if you've ever had those instances where you've been with someone and somebody tells a funny joke or something and everybody laughs, and then you'll be trying to move on and somebody will think about it and laugh again and think about it and laugh again. And that happened with Mimi and I one night where we were trying to go to sleep and something happened with the dog and it was rolling laughter for hours, and you try so hard not to laugh, but there it would go again. So laughter is good. It is also Certified Nurses Day. Now, if you go to nationalcalendarday.com, you're going to see all kinds of different nurses, certified nurses that they have, and we sure are happy for them. We're also happy that in these days, it's not like nurses are girls and doctors are boys. Now we have a mishmash, everybody everywhere. But we're looking at the job of love and support that they do that's so hard. Now, there was someone that's very important that wasn't on that list because they're not certified nurses, they're certified nurses assistants. Now, my Sammy was a CNA and my daughter Mimi was a CNA. And they are both loving and caring people. And so I kind of like to put them in that mix of let's celebrate them. CNAs probably have their own day, but today, because they're the ones I know, I would like to be thinking about them and celebrating the loving and caring that they used to do. When Mimi was little, I'd come home from work and I would be exhausted. I was a district sales manager for Avon, so I'd go out into the field and I'd interview Avon ladies and sign them up with territories, and I'd go out and check on them and see how their sales were going, and all that kind of stuff. And I'd come home, and if I wasn't feeling good, I'd lay down on the couch, and she'd come over to me and she'd say, "Let me get you something." And she would write a menu and she'd say, "Do you want cheese and crackers? Do you want ants on a log? Do you want candy?" And so I would order from the menu she would write for me, but she always had that caring spirit. And now one of the things they love her for at her job is her excellent customer service where she works. That's a nice thing. Um, so we're going to unofficially celebrate CNAs and officially celebrate all certified nurses. It is Poultry Day, to which I say, cock-a-doodle doo. um, Vegetarian, what can I say? May the chickens win. May they have a long and happy life before they go to Colonel Sanders. I don't know. God bless the poultry and the things. I like the eggs. I will go there. I like the eggs. Thank you very much. It is also this is a tough one. I sure wish I had some right now. Chocolate caramel day. Oh, that's probably the best. Of course, if the chocolate is dark and darker, the darker, the better. Oh my gosh. I don't think because I don't buy much regular off the general racks candy anymore because I go for those specialty bars, the Lint Super Dark and Ghirardelli and that kind of thing. But there is a candy bar. It's little squares, and the little squares have got some caramel in them. That's very nice. But they're not like I really wish Rolos came in dark chocolate. You would have me then. And even though I'm a vegetarian, I do get vegetarian marshmallows and I do still like s'mores. So I would imagine my idea of heaven would be a s'mores with a dark chocolate Rolo. Oh, yes. It doesn't get better than that. So, yay, let's hear it for chocolate caramel. And don't forget, that is what is in those turtles we've talked about. And they used to call them katydids back in the day when they sold them as fundraisers. I don't know, maybe they still do. You might want to Google and see if they sell katydids, see if they come in dark chocolate, because that's really the best kind to have. Well, that is our National Day calendar for today. And it is also my it's my treasure chest day. So we're going to take a little peek in my treasure chest and see what I found for you today. I kind of rushed, so I grabbed a bunch of stuff and threw it on the table. So I'm just going to take a look. So give me a second. And I'm going to reach over here. I'll put it over here and see what we got. Just going to show you a couple things because already time is a running off. Now, this might not look like much to somebody, to some people. This is from, I'm going to see if it has a date on it. It has my birthday. Well, the nerve. Let's see. I was number 913, and it does not give. Oh yeah. Nope, that's not it. I don't see the actual date, but this was the DC Raymond M. Downey 5K run. And they run it on Father's Day on Long Island, where Sean lives. And this one year, it was probably 2011 or 12, um, I was going to do it with him. Now, his son was, let's see, my grandson, Matthew, was probably 5 or 6. And he put him in one of those little running strollers so that he could run him, even though he was older for it. Matthew certainly couldn't have kept up for him with him running. Initially, I was supposed to walk with Matthew and he was going to run by himself. So he said, "No, you know what, Ma? I'm going to run with Matthew in the carriage and in the stroller, and you can walk. We'll just wait for you at the end." Well, at that time, I happened to be going to the gym a couple days a week, doing jazzercise a couple of days a week as well. And so I decided we got in the line and the line was flipping huge. Poor Sean wanted us to be in the front of the line. So there we are. And I'm looking at all these people are behind me and they're stretching and they're doing all their stuff. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to get run over. So all of a sudden, and everybody had their little thing. And in case you're not familiar with running, it's got a little thingy here that electronically keeps track. So whether you're in the front of the line or the back of the line, what counts is what time. It's your timing, how long it takes you to get to run the thing rather than who came in first, second, or third, or whatever. So anyway, all of a sudden, bang, the thing starts and people are running and I'm running because I don't want to get run over, so I'm running and and then I stop and I'd walk a little bit and then I'd jog a little bit and then I'd run a little bit, and after a while, it was all different age categories, and I would spot different people running, and I would say, let's see, I can beat that one. Gray-haired person, let's go after the gray-haired person. And I'd pass them, and then I'd have to stop and breathe and grab a drink of water and run some more. It was a hoot, but I wasn't really so much thinking about winning. However, it was over. The race was over, and they had these tractor trailers, and all along the sides of the tractor trailers, they had the sheets about who came in when. Now, when I've always said that I will start running when I see a runner with a smile on his face, you know? Check it out when you're watching. So we went and checked, and I don't even remember where Sean placed, but for my age group, I came in second. I got a trophy. That was the end of my running. Just saying. But it was fun and I won. And I was in good enough shape, but I still hold to my old thing. Ooh, when I see runners all smiling, I'll think of I'll rethink it. Now it must be Sean Day, even though I didn't realize it. But it also this is Angelo Sosa. Yes, handsome man, right? He is a top chef signed to me, to Alicia, the spicy. I have no idea what he wrote after that. It's got to say chef. I don't know what else it could say. But he was with Top Chef. Now, he wasn't the one I really wanted to see. The real guy I wanted to see was, I think it was Paul Cho. And he was there too, and I did get to see him, but he was out of pictures. But we happened to, my son knows that I love to watch Top Chef. I wonder if it's on anymore, but he knows that I loved it. So he took me to it happened that Top Chef was going to be in a mall. And we went down there, and so when I see this, it's not just looking at this very handsome man, it is thinking about the fun that Sean and I had that day when we went to see the Top Chef folks at um, at the mall. That was really great. And when you've lived all over the country, you're in the right place for something sometime. And this is from when the Super Bowl was in Houston, and that was 2004. It was the year before I left Texas. Let me tell you something. There's nothing like being right in the midst of it when something huge is going on. So when Super Bowl went to Houston, I was there. Well, no, I didn't go to the Super Bowl. I don't, if I was going to spend that much money, I'd do something else. Easier to watch on TV. So then that just reminded me of another occasion of being in the right place at the right time. It's basically picking up on the energy, the excitement all around you than actually participating sometimes. But I was in Indiana, I was in Indianapolis for the Indy 500. I did get to go and watch some what do they call those? Trial runs? That I could say I was there. But the whole area, the whole city, the state goes wild, but basically Indianapolis goes bonkers. And so everything is about the Indy 500 parades. And you're not going to believe this, but that was probably 30 30 years ago. And it was the first time I ever saw twerking. Yes, it was twerking. And it was I don't know, it was whatever you call a bunch of girls marching in their little skirts, and they preceded the band or something. I don't know who they were, but I was pretty appalled, and I guess it stuck. So let's see what else we have here. Oh, this is a good one. I lived in California. I might have told you about this before. This is my Tamara passport. I worked for a travel agency at the time, and we would have the radio on in the background. Well, when I was between calls, a call came in, and it was to fax them the funniest memo that went around your office. Well, it just so happened that a memo went around our office that day that pointed out to the employees, all employees must wear underwear. I kid you not. This this is proof that happened. I kid you not. We got a memo that said we had to wear underwear. That I sat in my cubicle all day. I have no idea what prompted that, but apparently someone's running around without their underwear. Provocative. But I won. My memo won. And what I won was 2 tickets to go to Tamara. Tamara was the most amazing, I guess you'd call it a play presentation. It was done in the old VFW in Los Angeles. Now that was huge with lots of rooms. It was made out to be like a mansion. And Tamara was a Polish artist, and it was a kind of a murder mystery thing. And what would happen is the play started in a big room as you enjoyed free cocktails. So you'd be having cocktails because you're at this big exclusive event. They just come around, the with the tuxes and everything with the trays, and so you do that. And then all of a sudden, the people that were talking, some people started talking really loud and causing a scene, as it were. And then they all went off in different directions. And what you would do is you would follow whatever actor you wanted to follow to wherever they went. The only time you couldn't follow an actor is if the door closed behind them and you couldn't get in. So it was amazing. So you could go to this event, to this play or whatever, over and over again and see different different aspects of the play. Then and you had to have a passport. So when you came in, you would get your passport, and it really told, it was the cast and everything that told you, do not lose your passport, whatever you do. And if you lost your passport, they would they would come and get you, and it would be like you were being interviewed by the Gestapo or something. It was, here it is. Here's my wonderful passport stamped for Tamara. So at intermission, there was a huge free buffet, and you would go and you'd mingle and you'd be mingling. The characters weren't there. They came out later and again started a scene and went off, and we went off. Best play ever, and it's gone. You'll never see it again. So that was just one of the most wonderful things. So it's I'm 3 minutes over, and I did show you a few things. I hope you enjoyed our mishmash day today. And today is Friday, and yeah, it is. And I don't know when I will be able to be back. Um, Probably maybe Wednesday, but I can't guarantee that. The days are gonna be long. So I might not see you until next Monday. Not next Monday, the Monday after. It'll be okay. Well, God bless you good. Have a great day. And it's snack time for me. Bye bye.